Hello, hello, welcome back to another episode of I, Captain of My Ship. Today I like to talk about a topic that, about a mom that had a 5-year-old son, and they were in a shop and he wanted to have something, and the parents decided not to buy it. And their son started to cry, and everyone was looking at the parents, and they thought, oh, this is really bad. And yeah, it was hard for them to do what to do. And all of a sudden, the mom had a very good idea and helped them. So I wanted to share this tip. So maybe it can help you in your circumstance as well if you have a 5-year-old, and try if it works. You never know. So, but before I go on with this tip, of course, I like to remind you of the information workshop that I will give. If you want to know more information about how to give space for emotions and limits to behavior with children, I like to tell more about this. And if you want to know more, then look at the description below. For now, I like to continue with my story. First of all, a little bit background. These parents had 2 children, and they went to a museum, and everything went well. The youngest was 5 years old, and yeah, they had just a lot of fun. And in the end, they went to the shop, and they agreed that their son could also buy a small thing. So everything so far so good. He chose something, they paid for it, and they wanted to get out of the store. But just before they wanted to leave the store, their son of 5 years old saw something that he wanted so badly. He said, I want to have this, mommy and daddy. And the parents looked at each other and said, yeah, well, it's not really what we want to buy. So they knew that they were not going to buy it. So the mom started to explain to their child of 5 years old that they had already spent quite more than they had planned to. And then the father added to the mom, he said, stop complaining and look at all the things we already gave you. And the child started to cry. And then the father said, stop crying, you are acting like a baby. And then their son of 5 years old started to cry even more. So it was a whole scene. And the parents like, oh my, everyone is looking at us, and oh, I feel so bad now. What is best thing to do? And then the mom came up with a brilliant idea. She got a pen and paper, and she started to write it down. And the child, their son, saw that the mom started to write down something. So he said, what are you doing? And then the mom explained, I'm writing down what you want. And then he said, oh yes, and I also want this. He added something to the list. He said, okay. And the mom said, okay, I just wrote it down. It's on your list. And then the child stopped crying immediately, ran up to his bigger sister and said, if you want to have something, come to mom and she will write it down for you. And from that moment on, she used this many times, over and over. Every time they would be somewhere and the child said, I want to have this, mommy, she would say, okay. She would get the list out of her bag and write it down and say, it's added to your list. And then he would be more than happy. And that was it. So it really helped them in their circumstance, that their son was so happy that the mom knew what he wanted, and that she took the time to write down what he had said and what he really wanted. And the mom explained that because she wrote all these things down, what he really wanted, when she was in a circumstance that she thought, oh, this is a good idea, now is the time that I can give something to him, then she could just look at the list and she could buy it online or go to the shop and buy something for her son. And she didn't have to think about, oh, what can I buy for him? Now is a good occasion. No, she already knew. It was all on her list. So she would always be able to buy something that he really liked. And he was always satisfied when they were there, where they were somewhere. And he wanted something, and he never started crying anymore. So this really helped for this couple. And I don't know your circumstance, I don't know your child, I don't know your background, I don't know anything about you, of course. You always know the best as a parent if it works for you, yes or no. You can always try it out, it's for free. Try if it works for you in your case. Maybe it will help you. Maybe you can help inspire someone else who has a 5-year-old and has trouble dealing with certain situations, and maybe it helps. And if you liked it and it helped, just thumbs up and share it with friends and family. And then I hope to see you in the next episode. That's it for today. Bye bye.